Recently I was in Disney World. Today I wanted to do a haul video to show you everything I bought. I have to say there was so much amazing merch this trip, and in fact I feel like I went light on the merch. Now when I was setting this all up, it doesn't look like I've gone light on the merch, I'm gonna be honest. However, the thing that's been difficult when I've been editing my vlog series, I've been seeing loads of items that I loved and forgot about. And I have so much FOMO because I'm like, there's so many things I wish I'd bought. However, I'm going to show you today the things I actually did buy to give you a sense of what sort of merchandise you can get at Disney World. So first up, I want to show you a few things I actually got in the character warehouse. Now I have to say this trip, it wasn't that great. This is an outlet store and I went to the one at the Vineland Premium Outlets. It was a very long queue to get in. However, it wasn't so great, but I thought I'll show you the few bits that I did pick up whilst I was there. Now I do have to say the things I got were incredibly cheap, and one of the things that I could not resist was a 99¢ Star Wars plush. These I absolutely love. You could get them in Galaxy's Edge and it's kind of like that oldie worldy traditional toys. They also have like wooden toys. I absolutely love it. Saw this and I was like, cannot go without him. 99¢. Less than $1 for this guy. Had to come home with me. And also for 99¢, I got this old style Magic Kingdom map. So I think it's a replica of the original map of Magic Kingdom. This was part of the retro collection for the 50th anniversary. But again, 99¢. Now, unfortunately, I haven't unwrapped it because I want to frame it or put it up somewhere. And I want to keep it in its package until that point. So now, you're just going to have to visualise what it might look like. But for 99¢, you can't go wrong with this. Next up, I got something that was $4.99. Getting more pricey here. But this was a amazing keyring. And literally, as I got to the airport, the keyring I had on my car keys broke. Saw this, had to get it, $4.99. And it is a Powerline keyring set. So you've got Goofy and Max. And I love this. And what I like about this as well is it's kind of got like a carabiner type fastening, so it'll be much easier to put other things on here because there's nothing worse, especially car keys that have like the really thick, I don't know what you call it, but like the loop that you have to put things through. This is going to be so much easier to attach, so I absolutely love this. And the final thing I bought in the character warehouse was this, a very fun retro style t-shirt. This was $7.99, so really good price. I bought it super oversized so that I could wear it with just like cycling shorts, but I really love that. I really love retro collections. Anything like that at Disney, I absolutely love. And they had quite a lot of these on offer. So I do have to say there was loads of amazing clothing at the character warehouse. However, it typically was always extra small. So there was a lot of it left because a lot of people couldn't fit into it. However, if you do wear an extra small, it was amazing. There were so many incredible stuff like spirit jerseys, like amazing collections for like shirts, stuff like that. And it was brilliant. So if you do have an extra small, the character warehouse could be really, really, really good for you. So I am obsessed with mugs. I can't even tell you how many mugs. It's like an embarrassing amount. I have cupboards and cupboards full of mugs. Most of them I have declared decorative mugs. What's a decorative mug? Nobody knows. You're supposed to use mugs. I don't. However, I thought I've got to get another one. Now I was intentionally not looking at the mugs whilst I was in Disney World, because I was like, I can't get another one. But then I saw this and the whole collection was really nice. And I was like, I think I'm gonna have to get a mug. I can't stop myself. So I came home with this. This mug was $16.99, which I didn't actually think was a bad price at all, which is another reason I was like, you know, if it's a good price, it would be rude not to get it. And I absolutely love this. The whole collection I loved, but I'm glad I took something home from it. They also had an amazing shirt and they had an amazing raincoat. And I was like, okay, we'll go for the cheaper option. But I could have bought everything in that range. Now, every single trip, I like to come home with a new Christmas ornament to remind me of my trip. And this year, I went off kilter. Normally, I'll get something that either has Disney World or the name of the park that I've visited or the year on so I can commemorate it. But this year, I succumbed to the trap. This is something I've talked about for years and I finally went with it. I got the Christmas pickle. Now, this is from the Germany Pavilion in Epcot. And I had asked during my last vlog series is this a real thing? Because all of my German friends that I have, I was like, I've never heard any of them talk about it. And lots of people have got in contact with me and they were like, I'm German, I've never heard of this. Maybe it's in a different part of Germany, but it's not a thing. But, you know, I was like, it sounds fun. And the tradition is supposed to be you put it on the tree and whoever finds the pickle first gets a present. Lovely little tradition that seemingly has been made up by Disney because it's not a thing. Now, the Germany film is one of my favourites in Epcot. And when I was in the shop this time, I was like, maybe I get it. I'm going to do it. But as I was being served, I asked the lady who was from Hamburg, is this a thing? And she was like, it's not a thing. It's not a thing. It's not a thing in Germany. So it's not a thing. Now, she thinks what it might be is that German people who emigrated to the US maybe started this tradition. So in the US, people of German heritage might do it, but in Germany this is not a thing. But I've succumbed. I've bought a bedazzled pickle and it's going on the tree. Something else that I bought that you might have already seen in one of my vlogs is a new shoulder plush. Now, I love Figment. Disney icon, Epcot icon. I know a lot of people don't like Figment, but I think you've just got to get into it, guys. You're not going to escape Figment. And this trip, I actually had a full Figment outfit. I had the ears, I had a top, I had a skirt. And then as soon as I saw this, I was like, I've got to get that as well. And then I went and met Figment and it was the perfect Epcot day. But I love the shoulder pals. The fact that they now have such a huge range. And I feel like every time I go to Disney, I end up buying one, which could become a problem because you've only got 2 shoulders, but it doesn't matter. I absolutely love them and they're great to theme with your outfit and I absolutely loved him. Her? Him? Her? I always think it's a him, but who knows. But the fact that you can walk around Disney with a little character on your shoulder is the cutest thing ever. And it comes with a little magnet that you put underneath your clothing and then that is how they stay attached. So it looks like magic, but it's really a magnet. Something I was absolutely desperate to get this trip was from Magic Kingdom and I wanted to get the silhouettes on Main Street. Now, I didn't get one of myself and I don't have kids, so what I did was get my cats. It's absolutely amazing. Now, obviously my cats were not with me, so I just had photographs with their profile on it. And I have to say, Jaffa looks quite good. Coco, it doesn't look to me immediately like Coco, I have to say. There is one that I'm like, However, I would say when you are having your own photos done, because you're sat there in person, I would imagine it's much easier for the artist because they're seeing a proper 3D version of your profile. And I was seeing them at work and it was absolutely incredible. And all the humans that I saw, their silhouettes looked amazing. And like I say, Jaffa does look very much like Jaffa, which is cute. Coco a little less, but I still think these are amazing. And they're rather cheap. Now, I did pay for the frames, which is an extra charge, but the actual images themselves are very cheap. I think they're like $14. I think the animals are like $16. So it's a really, really amazing thing you can do. And if you've got family and you maybe go to Disney every so many years, kind of getting silhouettes of your kids as they're growing up, I think would be amazing. Now, briefly hopping out of Disney for a second, I headed to the new Primark in Florida Mall, and I have to say I was super, super disappointed. It was a very, very small Disney section. All the same items that we have over in the UK and Europe, however, a much smaller range and more expensive. But I've never walked out of a Primark without buying something, so I did end up getting a little Mickey tote bag, and I absolutely love the colour. Like, this pink is to me like the perfect pink, so I was like, if I'm gonna get something, just get this. It was $6, so not too expensive, and very, very cute. Something I always love to get when visiting Disney Springs are soaps from Basin. And what's really, really great is they have lots of Disney themed soaps. So of course you have stuff that is kind of in the shape of Disney characters, or you've got ones with like little Mickey heads in, and they all smell incredible. They actually have an offer, so you can get 5 for $40. And it's so nice that when you come home, you get like a taste of Disney because you've got all these scents that remind you of it. And I think this is great. And it's also really good if you're maybe wanting to do presents. You could get 5 of these, give them out to people. Like, so Basin is amazing. They also do like bath bombs, they do loads of different things, so definitely stop by there in Disney Springs. It's a great place to bring a little bit of Disney home with you. Now, as you've probably guessed, I love Disney clothing, so whenever I go to the parks, that's typically what I buy to bring back with me, because I'm like, well, I wear it all the time, so if it's like a $40 t-shirt, like, really, it cost me nothing because I'm going to wear it loads and loads and loads. It's my girl math. So when I go to Disney, I come back with loads of clothes. But it's so exciting because it means I get a whole new revamp of my wardrobe. So I absolutely love it. So because this is the biggest section, I thought we'd leave it towards the end so you can kind of see all of the clothing. When I was visiting, it was Halloween at Disney World. So of course, I had to get a Halloween t-shirt. I love orange and I love tie-dye, so I was like, this is for me. Again, I got this super oversized so I could wear it with shorts, which in Disney, cycling shorts and an oversized t-shirt in Florida is the best thing you can ever do. It's amazing. It also on the back has Mickey again, but also Disney World, a bit like a Spirit jersey. I probably should have got this in the next size down. I was umming and ahhing, and I do think this is probably too oversized, but I absolutely loved it. It was so cool to wear, and since I've come home, I've been wearing it all the time, just absolutely obsessed with it. Something that was really interesting to me was how many sweatshirts were on sale in Orlando, because when it is 34 degrees, the last thing you're thinking about buying is a sweatshirt. However, because I was going to be coming home to cold weather, I could not get enough of buying these warmer weather clothes. So one of the first things I got was this amazing Minnie in a rocket. I don't know why she said a rocket, but I love it. I love the colours. I think she's so, so cute. Again, on the back, it's kind of like a Spirit jersey design, but it is a sweatshirt. And it's kind of one of those boxy, oversized ones. I think this is going to be so comfortable to wear, and I kind of like getting this a bit oversized because then if you want to layer it up, so you want to put some t-shirts underneath, you can absolutely do that. But what a cute design. I love it. One of the very first things I saw on the first day, I ended up buying, and again, it is Minnie, it is iconic. It is this awesome sweatshirt. So this is a slightly thinner sweatshirt, which is kind of nice, but pink and red, the flowers, Minnie, everything about this is iconic. They also had like bags and had a really nice dress. However, I did try the dress on, but I was in between sizes. So one size was way too big on me and one size was way too small. And that is something I found really interesting at Disney World, is the sizing. It's not like there's a little bit difference between one size and the next. It's quite a big jump. So sometimes if you're between the two, you have to decide, do you want it a bit tight or quite oversized? So that's something I ended up doing with a lot of the clothing. So I've kind of mixed and matched the sizes because some things I've got smaller, some things I've got bigger, but again, because I'll layer this up, I've got it slightly oversized and I love this design. Next up, I've got one of my favourite sweatshirts I saw during my whole trip, and it is this incredible Daisy sweatshirt. So again, it's kind of like the Spirit jersey style with the Walt Disney World across it. And what I love about this is you've got her on the front, and then it's the exact same thing on the back, but her from the back. So you've also got Disney World again, and I just think it's so cute. And I love this kind of like lilac mauve colour, and Daisy doesn't get enough representation, I think, so it's really nice to have something with Daisy on. They did have these in kind of lots of the Fab Five, kind of like Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, and all in different colours, but this one I was like, have to get it. I've never seen anything like it before and I love her. Something that felt insane buying whilst it was 36 degrees outside was this super thick hoodie. They had this in black, which I loved. It was so classic. However, I have cats and I don't wear anything black because that's it, I'll be covered in fur. But when I saw they had it in green, and particularly the shade, I was like, this is iconic. So it does have a hood, and then it also is a zip-up hoodie. And then on the back, you of course have kind of the Disney sign, Disney down the arms. Oh god, I should probably just put this on, it'll be easier to show it to you, wouldn't it? But I absolutely love this. It's going to be super, super cozy. I like hoodies that are fully zipped rather than like ones that you pull over your head, because I just find it easier to get on and off. And you can have it undone if you want, but I absolutely loved this. I think it's such a nice design. It's so thick and warm, and just love that everything says Disney World on it. They're really letting you know this is where I've been. And I do think that you can also get these in Disneyland. So if you're out in California, they have all of these ranges, but it will say Disneyland instead. During this trip, I saw so many iconic shirts, and I regret not getting more. I only ended up with one, but I think I got a good one, and it is this Haunted Mansion shirt. I absolutely love, you've got the Haunted Mansion on the pocket, and then you've got like Leota, you've got all the little things you see in the actual ride as part of the shirt. I know I literally just said I don't wear black, But I'm like, as long as I don't pick the cats up and I put it on just before I go out the house, this should be okay. There's ways to get around it. But I think this is such a cool print. I absolutely love it, and it's going to be so comfy to wear. I also bought this a little bit oversized so that I can kind of tuck it into jeans or whatever, and it'll be a nice fit, but absolutely love this. And I got it in Memento Mori, one of my favourite shops right next to Haunted Mansion, so I'm so glad I came away with this. And the final piece of clothing actually isn't from Disney, but instead it is from my trip to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando. Now, I had not been to Halloween Horror Nights before. My last trip I was due to go, so I did buy a t-shirt for the event. However, there was a hurricane, so I didn't get to go. So this time was my actual first time. I was so excited about the Insidious house because Insidious is one of my favourite horror franchises. The house did not disappoint. I will link to that video because my reaction was absolutely hysterical. I thought I was coping quite well. The video says otherwise, but I had to come away with something to commemorate my time there. I had seen this incredible red tie-dye lipstick demon t-shirt, but unfortunately, again, they only had small size left. So instead I got this one, so you've still got him on there, but you've also got some of the other people from Insidious, and absolutely loved that I got to go and get something to remember. Now again, I said I don't wear black, but if you look carefully, I'm going to try and keep this away from the camera. This already has cat fur on it, which is why we don't wear the black. I was also super lucky to get some gifts whilst I was there. Now, I have some amazing friends called Dawn and Connie, and if you'd seen my trip to Disneyland last year, I got to meet up with them in person, which was fantastic, and they were so generous and sent me some gifts over to my Disney hotel. So from Dawn and Connie, I got some incredible Disney ears. I love ears. I've got so many ears, but it's nice to be able to have a lot of ears so that you can theme them for your outfits, and these are so cute. These ones are from Epcot, and they're from the UK Pavilion, which is perfect. I'm obviously from the UK, and I think they're such unique design. I love the flowers. They feel very like British Garden. Absolutely love that. And I also got these that feel very much like spring. You've got a nice little lemon in the centre, and they're just such a cute design. I love the yellow of the sequins, and these are going to be so cute to wear because when you're in Florida and it's sunny, like colours like this really pop. So these are going to be so lovely to wear. And I also got a Magic Band Plus. Now, I have an old Magic Band that I got free with my stay in 2018. It's still going strong, but it's so nice to now have a Magic Band Plus. So these ones also interact with like the shows and stuff like that, which is so fun. Plus, I was so lucky that when I got back after my first day, my door had been decorated, and Dawn had arranged this for me, and it was so lovely. It had a big welcome home sign, lots of characters, and it was so funny because when I got back, I was like, oh my God, someone's moved into my room. Or have I gone to the wrong room? What's happening? I'm sure this is my room. And I was so confused. But it was the most amazing surprise. And having like a decorated door, it really ups the magic because you're already in a Disney resort, staying on site at Disney. But then it's like as soon as you get to your room, it still feels so Disney. So I cannot thank Dawn and Connie enough for their generosity because it was so lovely of them to send me gifts and also have the door decorated. So that is my Disney World haul. As you can see, I got a lot of clothing, but it's going to get a lot of use out of it. And I actually got more than I thought I did because I actually came home with some money, which I was never expecting, which was so nice. I've put that towards trips for next year. But I think I've got some really great items, some really unique items, such as those silhouettes from Main Street. I've fallen into the pickle trap, but that'll be nice to put on the Christmas tree this year. And I just now have come back in the right time to wear all of my sweatshirts, so it's absolutely perfect. If you'd like to see what I got up to during my Disney World trip, do make sure you subscribe so you can see those vlogs. Plus, I'm doing lots of planning videos to help you plan your own most amazing trips to Disney World, Disneyland Paris, and Disneyland in California. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until next time, I hope you have a most magical day. Bye bye.